Hey guys, how's it going? It's Leon here. I'm a psychotherapist and life coach, and today I want to talk to you about what animals could teach us when we're feeling down or feeling depressed. And I want to draw from a personal example here because over 8 years ago, struggled with severe social anxiety and severe depression. And a cat has taught me a lot when I was feeling down back then. And she helped lift my mood and she taught me valuable life lessons as well. I'm sure that if you own or have owned an animal before, that you've perhaps felt that you've learned many things from them, whether you consciously realize it or not, that they teach us things. They teach us things. We think of ourselves as very complex beings, but they could be wise teachers unto themselves just for the energy that they represent in our lives, for their childlike qualities that they have. So this cat taught me simple life lessons that were really valuable for me for the rest of my life. And I'm sure that if you experience depression, for example, which I've had, it can really feel like you're in this prison. Your your mind is in this prison that it can't get out of, and you feel really stifled inside that prison, with stuck and trapped with your mind, how negative your mind is and its thoughts inside. So, and you could also feel like your external situation is like a prison as well because you feel stuck in that situation. So back then, I felt lost in terms of my career, no relationship, and didn't feel like I had friends then. So it felt like everything was just tumbling out of order. And so, if you're experiencing this, I could really empathize with it because I've really been there before. So, um, what this cat has taught me is within this prison that we live, there's contentedness to be found within that prison. So, how I would describe this cat is that she was socially anxious like me as well. So, um, so she's not like this really powerful being who, had like we often look up to examples of people who are just super talented and look like they have their life together, even though it could just be on the surface, right? But this cat was, simply a cat, and pets, they're simply animals, but they still teach us, and not necessarily like they're not deliberately teaching us things, just with their energy they are. And so I think that's the real beautiful thing about it. She was very shy around strangers, so I kind of like related with her because I was like then back then. So she would hide under the couch if there's a stranger there, but she made good use of the two friends that she had, which was her owner, which was my housemate, and me too. And she, of course, as a cat, has no romantic relationships, right? But despite that, she was content with her life. And another thing was that, I felt trapped in my situation because I was working 12-hour days back then. And I really felt like I felt a sense of isolation in my life. I couldn't really go out and do things outside of those 12 hours. So I felt like I was in a prison of my external situation. Well, this cat, Abby, also felt that way too because she always wanted to get out of the house. So if the front door was left open a crack, she'll want to escape. But but of course that's something that she wanted, but her owner did not let her for very good reasons. And so we lived in a small house, but she found her contentment within that space. She'll challenge herself by she'll jump and she'll see if she could jump higher. And when she does, you can kind of like see her strutting around. She'll play little games that she invents. She'll invite you to games, like she'll like run behind you and then grab onto your leg and run away so that you could chase her. So she invented these little simple games. So she taught me simple creativity. And as a human being, human beings are complex. So I want a lot more in my life, right? But she taught me, well, there's little ways I could entertain myself in the meantime while I am feeling stuck. So I started to create comics based on the cat. So I have a comic strip in the past based on Abby. And Yeah, and I kept creating these comics as long as I had lived with her. So she taught me that. She's taught me simple creativity. The other thing was that she did not hold grudges. So I know like some animals they do hold grudges, but like she did not. Like if she's angry with you after 5 minutes, she'll be happy with you. She knows how to let go of things, right? So I don't want to diminish the human experience because we deal with complex emotions and nuances of emotions, and our emotional experience is rich. So it's not a bad thing that it is rich or the human experience has its complexities. And I believe in personal growth. So I believe in, if I'm not satisfied with my life, I want to go out there and try to challenge myself to make new friends. But what this cat taught me at that time was to find contentment within what I've had, even though I didn't feel like I had a lot then. I felt stifled and trapped in my situation. Well, she did not have a lot herself, but she really made the most use of it. So I've written an article about this, about Abby the cat. So if you want to read it, I have it on my blog. My blog is about mental health. And if you're interested in reading it and other articles on mental health, be sure to check it out. If you like this video, click like and subscribe and stay tuned for new content.